Hey everyone, today I have a little bit of a comparison video. We have E.L.F. versus Buxom versus, oh, those double C's, Chanel. These three products all basically have the same claims. They're supposed to do the same thing. There's a huge difference in price. So I want to talk about each one kind of quickly, and then I want to let you know like the basics of each one of them, and then in the end, which one do I prefer, and are all of these worth their price? So we'll get started with the least expensive, and then we'll move into a higher price range. So we're starting with the E.L.F. Long Lasting Lustrous Eyeshadow, which looks like this. And this one is in the shade Soiree. And basically the consistency is very much like that of the Buxom. So the consistency of these two are the same. I would say with this one, I don't mind the packaging. It is plastic, but it does not have the name on it. So when you get the packaging, if you decide to order these, when you get the packaging, there's a little tiny sticker on usually the front, maybe sometimes it's in the back. I think it just kind of varies by who's packaging these. But there is a little sticker with the name of this eyeshadow on there. What I would do is I would just peel it off and then stick it to the bottom. Is it a big deal? Absolutely not. It has a bouncy kind of a whipped gel kind of consistency. I will put the two side by side so you can see, and then I'll try to bring in Chanel so you can see the difference of that one. So can you tell, if you look at the kind of like the finger indentation on both of them, they're the same. That is because the consistency is the same. Now let me show you the Chanel. This one is different. So I'll show you next to the E.L.F. and I'll show you next to the Buxom. I've used them about the same amount of times. You can see there's no finger indentation on this one. So there's no dip. I'll also show you next to the Buxom just so you can kind of see. So this one's a lot smoother. That is because it's not as bouncy as the other two, so it's not as moussey. But that's the difference kind of between all three of them in texture and consistency. Okay, so now let's talk about how much each product has. This is 0.11 ounces or 3.0 grams. So that is 3.0 grams. This is the E.L.F. The Buxom is 3.5 grams. So even though this one is larger in size, you're actually getting more product in the Buxom. Isn't that crazy? So 3.5, and then Chanel comes in, and Chanel is 4 grams. So you have 3 grams, 3.5, and 4. So difference in the amount of product that you're getting in each one. Now let's talk about the price difference between all three of these, because that is the biggest difference that you're gonna find. So the E.L.F. Long Lasting Lustrous Eyeshadow, this one is $3. The Buxom is $18. And the Chanel is $36. So huge difference in price. The color range in each of these is also different. So for the E.L.F. Long Lasting Lustrous Eyeshadow, there are 7 shades to choose from. So not a whole lot, but enough. As far as the Buxom goes, there is 11 shades to choose from, so a little bit more. And then you have the Chanel, and according to the Chanel website, there are 13 to choose from. Of course, they come out with limited edition colors, which makes it more to choose from throughout the year if you wanted to. Buxom, typically, I have not seen any limited edition colors come out. There's just the standard 11. And then the E.L.F., there's 7, no limited edition colors. So with Chanel, you're getting a few extra colors throughout the year if you wanted to keep collecting these and add these to your makeup collection. So where can you find these? The E.L.F. you can find online at eyeslipface.com. The Buxom you can find at Sephora. And then the Chanel, of course, can be found anywhere Chanel is sold. So Macy's, Dillard's, Chanel.com, Nordstrom, Neiman, that kind of thing. Anywhere where Chanel's sold. My dog is going a little crazy today. She's nuts. Okay, so now let's talk about the quality of these. So for the E.L.F., I believe I ordered all 7 of them when I ordered them last year, and a couple were hit and miss. So for the most part, I think there was only a couple, like literally 2, that were misses for me because they were a little sparse when you were swatching them. I would say the silver one and the white one were my least favorite. All the other ones I absolutely love. So I do personally love these. I have a couple out just to show you the swatches of them, but this one again is Soiree. This is more of kind of like that plummy, I don't know, kind of like a plummy burgundy color. This one right here is in Festivity, and this one's more of a deeper, kind of like a purple plum color. So I will swatch this one. See, this one's just one swatch. The Soiree, I had to build up a little bit, and the Festivity, that's just one swatch, which is crazy. So the finish of them are very shimmery. So, and that's the thing that Buxom and E.L.F. both claim, is they both claim to give a shimmery finish. Again, they all claim to be worn as an eyeshadow or as an eyeliner. So these two are from E.L.F., Soiree and Festivity. So you can see the finish of those. They're absolutely beautiful. Now, the way that I wear them is I just put a primer on my lid, let that set for a little bit, and then I just go in with my finger, pat it on my lid, and I'm done. That's basically all I do. They are super, super easy to use. So those are the two from E.L.F. that I have. I'll show you the colors one more time, and that way you can see the texture. So those are those two. Okay, and so here are the two that I wanted to show you from Buxom. So we have Pug, which is kind of like a purpley taupe, and then you have Mutt, and this one is more of a bronze. So these are crazy, crazy pigmented. That is one swatch right there. You don't need to build these up. I mean, you can if you want them really intense, but you definitely don't have to. So that one is Pug, that one is Mutt. Consistency, exactly the same as the E.L.F., absolutely no difference. I'm going to actually swatch these the opposite way. So I would say if you look at the finish of the Buxom, they're definitely not as shimmery as the E.L.F. They do have that shimmer finish, but it's not as shimmery as the E.L.F. You're going to be able to tell the E.L.F. has a little bit kind of like of really, really fine micro glitter in there, whereas the Buxom is just that kind of metallic-y, shimmery finish without the micro glitter. I hope that makes sense. You're going to be able to tell the difference. So these are the E.L.F. and then these are the Buxom. So that might be a factor for you if you're trying to decide which ones to purchase. If you don't like all the shimmer that the E.L.F. has, obviously this is not for you because they're all like that. And if you want something more subtle, then Buxom would be the way to go. So there are those, and this one, by the way, is Pug, and that one's Mutt. Okay, so now we're looking at the Chanel ones, and these I would say are vastly different. Even though they have a lot of the same claims as the E.L.F. and the Buxom, they're very different to me, in my humble opinion, than the other two as far as like consistency and color payoff. So consistency, again, not as moussey. They're definitely harder. So it's a harder feeling than the other two. These are the two shades that I wanted to show you. You have a Bluey, which is number 86. That's kind of like a cranberry type of color. And then you have Epatante, which is number 84, which is kind of like a green silver. So these are the two right here. I would say the color payoff on these is, to me, much more sheer than the other two. So your color intensity kind of goes from high to low. Consistency is very different. I'm going to show you one swatch of the Chanel. So that's what one swatch looks like. You can definitely build this up. So that one is a Bluey, and then this one is Epatante, which this one is gorgeous. A very, very different shade. This one is more on the pigmented side. So the Epatante is definitely more opaque than the Bluey. And I do find that the Bluey is a little bit harder in texture than the Epatante. This one seems a tiny, tiny bit softer and a little bit more bouncier. Not so bouncy and whipped like the other two, but it's definitely a little different than this one, I would say. That's just, I mean, I don't know. And I don't know if they're all like that. I have another one that's more like this one. So I only have 3. I returned Phantasme. But anyway, for whatever that's worth, I don't know if that'll help. This one is a Bluey and this one is Epatante, which you can see this one has more of a really high shine metallic finish than the Bluey. And even when you put it on, the finish is very much like the swatch that you see here. And then this one is much more subtle. So those are the 3 different finishes. Again, you have the 2 E.L.F. right here, the 2 Buxom, and the 2 Chanel. So let me just go ahead and show you those up close. All right, some final thoughts. I'll go through each one and I'll let you know what I think and what I repurchase more, basically, because I think that would probably be the most helpful. So the E.L.F. Long Lasting Lustrous Eyeshadow, $3. Are they worth it? Are they not? Would I purchase more? Yes, I would say with the exception of the silver and the white, I really do like these. I like all the other ones. I think they're worth the $3. So a few favorite shades are the ones that I showed here. Festivity, Soiree. There is a bronzed one that I cannot think of the name. I'll annotate it right here. I really like that one as well. I'll annotate all the ones that I like right here the most out of the ones that I have. So yes, if they ever came out with more shades, I would definitely buy them. I do recommend this. So then we move on to the Buxom, and these again are $18. Do I like them? Absolutely. I love every one that I have. I would definitely buy more. And the reason I would buy more of these is because there's more shade selection from Buxom than there is E.L.F. and I have all of these already. So that is why I would continue to buy more of these, because the quality is just as great. I mean, both of these, the quality is great. And then there's Chanel. So $36. Do I think they're worth it? Honestly, I'm gonna say no. I know that's probably gonna upset some people, but this is just my opinion. I don't think they're worth $36. Do I love this color Epitant? Absolutely. Am I happy I have it? Yes. A bluey is a really nice color. I actually really love this color. It just doesn't go on as fully opaque as the Epitant. I have to build the bluey on. So this one is definitely not worth $36. Would I purchase any more? I don't think so. I don't think I'm purchasing any more of these, just because honestly, these two right here, the Buxom and the E.L.F, do so much better for me than this one. I have 3 of these. One of the 3 I really like. The other 2 are just like, they're nice if you build them up, but it's not kind of worth the trouble for me. Overall, Buxom and E.L.F are the winners here. So that is it for my comparison video. I hope that you guys found this helpful. Let me know if you have any questions or comments or thoughts down below. If you've tried any of these, if you have any favorites, that kind of thing. So thanks so much for watching. I hope you're having a great day or night wherever you are, and I will see you in the very next video. Bye. Oh, you're gonna knock my camera down? Oh, I know. Oh, thank you. I love you too, okay? Oh, I know. I love you too. Oh, this is such a bad time for you to want love.